Hello everyone, my name is Clancis and welcome to the clan. So without further ado, let's get into this video. So Tumelo Madlala continues with his testimony. Basically, he's being cross-examined by Advocate Steve at this point before I started going to watch the Thabo Bester appearance at the Bloemfontein Magistrates Court. So basically the question that I got to hear from Advocate Stephen was asking Tumelo Madlala what exactly did the intruder say when he entered the house, and Tumelo said he did not say much. The only thing that he said was cell phone and money. And then, of course, he was asked about what language did the intruder use. Remember yesterday he said he cannot exactly tell how the intruder asked for the cell phone and money because he's not sure if he said it in Zulu or in any other language, but he knew that the intruder was a Zulu speaker. But today he says he said it in isiZulu. And in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, Tumelo, what's happening? Did he say it in isiZulu or he did not say it in isiZulu? Were you confused or you were still traumatized because you were watching the gun being wielded at all of you? And then he says that he did not look at accused number one for that long because he was already shocked and traumatized. But he did notice that he was short, he was wearing a hat, and he had dreadlocks. Then he was asked about the gun. He said he did see the gun, and he said the suspect held the gun on his right-hand side, and he was wielding it because he was not exactly pointing it at any specific person. So he was just basically doing this while he was asking for money and cell phone. And he says that he did not have enough time to observe the intruders properly to actually tell how they looked like. And I was like, but you were so confident about accused number two, that accused number two is definitely the guy that he was suspect number two that came with suspect number one. So now why are you saying you're not sure? You know, he's reminding me of Mtogo's Sitwala. Whenever he was doing his evidence in chief, he was quite confident about what he was saying until cross-examination, and suddenly the stories changed. So he said that everything was happening so fast he could not observe in detail exactly what was going on. But in his evidence in chief, he seemed to be like the observer. He was the one who was seeing who was doing what, and now everything was happening so fast that he cannot tell in detail. What's happening, Tumelo? Well, are you remembering or you are just now obfuscating? The other biggest shocker that I heard in his testimony when he was being cross-examined is that he said he took out his cell phone during the scuffle out of his pocket. But he said when he ran into the bedroom, he reached out into his pocket and then he hid his cell phone between the blankets that were stacked in the bedroom. So now when does he take out his cell phone during this person wielding a gun at them? He's reminding me of Zandile Kumalo saying she took their phone and hid it behind a cushion. And now Tumelo says that he took his cell phone out of his pocket. But the question is that after that, what did you do with your cell phone? Did you try to hand it over to the intruder, or did you just hold it with your hand? Did you hide it? What did you do with your cell phone? Because you told us in your evidence in chief that the first time you got your phone out of your pocket was when you were in the bedroom and you were hiding it between the blankets. Then he was asked about the gun, if the intruder cocked the gun. He said no, the intruder did not cock the gun. He came and just started pointing it at them. Okay, and then I'm thinking, okay, there is a possibility that the gunman before, that is, if the gunman exists, which I don't think, may have cocked the gun from the outside and then came in with the gun already cocked. But the thing is, when you cock a gun, and then if your intentions is not to kill, then the intruder will not cock the gun. And then if he did not cock the gun and they foresee danger or they are seeing danger, then they will cock the gun and shoot. Remember, everybody stood up after Longwe left. And of course, this is a point where the gunman will feel threatened and then tries to warn anybody that comes closer that I will shoot. But no, he does not do that. And then, of course, he says that the gun was not cocked. And I'm thinking, okay, if the intruder does exist, maybe they cocked it outside. But I don't think they will cock it outside if the only thing they wanted was cell phone and money. And then they started discussing about the look of the gun. He says, let me quote, he says the gun looked blackish, worn out, and probably rusty. And I was like, okay, I foresee that because I have seen pictures of guns that look a little bit worn out, like your 9mm or whatever they call those guns, that looked a little bit worn, like the paint is almost now the gun looking silvery, or the original material of the gun make is silvery, but the paint is kind of like peeling off. But the rusty part, it really shocked me. And then it was asked about the side of the gun, if it had a wheel. And then I think he said, yeah, it had a wheel. And then in my mind, okay, I'm like, I don't know guns, but I think that's a revolver he's talking about. Because a revolver has a wheel where you put bullets around that wheel and then you shoot once. It doesn't shoot multiple times. I was like, that to me sounds like a revolver. So then it is true with the statement that he had made at the beach when he was with Gininda, that it was a revolver. And then okay, no, that's Mtogo, sorry. That is Mtogo. It's not Tumelo. But anyways, Tumelo says that this gun had the barrel, you could see the barrel, it was about 20 centimeters long. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then he said it had a wheel. So that to me sounds like a revolver, or maybe there's a different other gun that looks like a revolver and behaves like a revolver and is loaded like a revolver. Probably that is it. I don't know. I don't know guns, like I said. Oh, nor am I interested in guns. I'm terrified of guns anyway. So I was like, oh, okay, this is quite interesting, Tumelo. But the rusty part. So of course then I needed to go to watch the Thabo Bester saga at the Bloemfontein Magistrates Court. So this is where I kind of like ended that live stream, and then I jumped onto the Thabo Bester and Dr. Nandivo Makutumana, and then I got right on time when Dr. Nandivo Makutumana was walking up from the hole that they hold them, I don't know, their cells underground I suppose, and she looked rather well beat. She looked really nice. And then we anticipated the arrival of Thabo Bester. At first I thought maybe he was not there. And I was also quite surprised that the DCS did not make an application regarding Thabo Bester appearing in court physically. I thought they would have tried to protect themselves. But there are some people who work at the airport who were at the live chats, and they said that actually he was flown out yesterday, and Custom had like 50 personnel and 10 or 30 whoever, and he was well protected, and then they flew him out to Bloemfontein. So maybe if that's the way they are going to do it, then okay, maybe he is actually safe. I don't know, but I still think that him appearing virtually is actually a good thing. Then of course Thabo Bester walked up the stairs and he looked rather healthy, a whole yellow bone with well-cut beard, and he looked so confident. He was laughing, he was like carrying people and all that sort of stuff, and people that were seated at the dock, they seemed to be pleased to see him. I was like, bro, you have some influence here. And then of course Dr. Nandivo Makutumana looked at him with that puppy love, and I was like, okay. This was the first time they seen each other in 4 months, I think, because they were arrested in April. Now it is August, so yeah, exactly 4 months, because I think they were arrested on the 7th and brought home on the 7th. No, they were brought home on the 7th. So that's the last time they saw each other. Today is the 8th, so it's like a month, 1 day that they saw each other. Anyways guys, so that is it with this video. If you like the video, give it a like. If you didn't like the video, give it a like anyways. Do subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to click the bell notification so you get notified every time I upload a new video. My super thanks are turned on. Thank you so much to everybody that's super thanking the channel. Do leave me a comment down below, and also share this video far and wide. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time with a new video. Goodbye.